Hello, welcome back. This video actually is in response to an article. I am going to tell you about it as far as what the article, the meat of it, but this is more my reaction to it, I guess you'd say. So, let's get started. AppleInsider, I'm going to have this article linked below. One of their writers, I forget their name, I'll post it up around here somewhere, but he made mention, he compared Apple's Mac Mini to Intel's new NUC, or the NUC in general. So, alright, this is where I start getting, anyway, so he came out complaining about the stagnation of the Mac Mini, which I agree. I mean, they started out in January of 05, Steve Jobs introduced the Mac Mini G5. And it was, I mean, it wasn't the first micro form factor, I guess you could call it, because that's what I call it anyway. It wasn't the first, but it was certainly the first that was made in any kind of quantity and had any real support for it. I mean, now you see it all over the place, especially, I mean, Intel came out with the NUC, I mean, that's widely available, it's widely supported. But the Mac Mini was the first. But they've grown stagnant. And by that I mean, the latest version of the Mac Mini that I was able to find, looking all this stuff up, the revision of it came in 2014. The last real iteration of it was back in 2012. I mean, it's been 6 years. The revision between 2012 and then the new 2014, they took away things. Like, you can't upgrade your own RAM. You can't upgrade your own storage anymore. In the 2012 model, you pop the cover off, bam, there's your RAM. Bam, there's your storage. I mean, you know, add, remove, do what you want. I mean, but the 2014 model got rid of that. It's BS. They never should have got rid of that. They kind of killed their own product, in my opinion. I mean, if you don't think that, then whatever, that's your opinion. That's great. But what really got me about this article is he came out and in the first paragraph of the article, he describes the NUC as bad for Apple, and it is, because, you know, now you have somebody who's legitimately able to compete and kind of roll over your Mac Mini. But, so he says it's bad for Apple, I agree, but then he goes on to say that it's bad for consumers. That's BS. Competition is beautiful. Competition is where we get innovation. It's where we get, you know, the next leap in technology, the next leap anyway, in any sector, in any industry. To say that this is bad for consumers feels to me like he's crying in his Wheaties, because he's a Mac user. That's fine. He works for AppleInsider. Of course he's a Mac user. He prefers Mac OS. That's perfectly fine. Mac OS is a great operating system. If you know it and if you prefer it over Windows, then do it up. But don't sit here and tell me that just because somebody's competing with your Mac Mini, that it's bad for consumers. That makes you sound like a whiny, pretentious jerk, in my opinion. And, you know, if I'm being too hard on the guy, whoop-de-frickin-do. I don't care. Because that is complete BS. You don't sit here and say, oh, there's competition now, so that's bad for consumers. That's a line of crap. This is good for consumers. Especially the new Hades Canyon NUC that features 8th gen Intel processors linked with Radeon Vega M graphics on the same chip. That's fantastic. That will force Apple, if they give any cares about their Mac Mini, it's going to make them go, wait a minute, somebody's legitimately coming in and just steamrolling over this. We have to get on it. Let's innovate. Let's redesign. Let's put in the better hardware. Let's make it more user-friendly like it used to be. But no, that's not what this guy's saying. He's sad that the Mac Mini is stagnated and Apple has seemingly let it die. They've said otherwise. They've said that they care about it, but it's been 4 years. Where's the care? But don't sit here and tell me that because Apple doesn't care about their own product and Intel introduces something else, that's bad for consumers. You know what's bad for consumers? Stagnation. The fact that Intel had no competition in the CPU market for so long that there was no real incremental jump in anything until Coffee Leak, because they had to respond to the competition. AMD released Ryzen. It freaking blew the doors open for them. They can compete now. It's making Intel scramble. Intel had to push the launch of Coffee Lake up. They had to push forward the launch of Skylake X. This is fantastic. Innovation. Come on, guys. Don't sit here and believe the load of BS that because one product is stagnant and another product is new and fresh, that's bad. It's not bad. It's beautiful. So if you agree with the AppleInsider guy, good for you. I think you're wrong, but whatever. That's fine. So I'm going to stop this rant. I could keep going forever. But if you like this video, thumbs up. If not, you know what to do. Go ahead and get subscribed to the channel. Check out our website. That's going to be linked down below, along with, of course, the article link. And hey, if you're a Mac user and you want to get your hands on a Mac Mini, that's linked below. If you want to get your hands on that new Hades Canyon NUC from Intel, that's down below too. But I just wanted to kind of give you guys my reaction to this, so I think you know how I feel. So, it was nice chatting with you. You have a great day. We'll see you in the next one.